This is me back in the summer of 2019. Typical morning, getting my desk set up for the day. Don't ask me why I'm filming this. This is the weird stuff that I do. So what a weird summer, the last summer before COVID. Um, Transition summer where I spent a lot of time thinking about the side hustle, thinking about how to put it all together. And so this video is a quick walkthrough of how I approached it and how I broke it down into pieces. Starting with the why, and then with the strategy, and then with the execution plan. And this is how I did it back in that crazy summer of 2019. Step one, knowing your why. First part to a side hustle is starting with why. Why do you want to do a side hustle? So when I thought about it from my perspective, I had sort of three things in mind. First one was to help fund my long-term retirement goals. Pretty simple. Number two was to enjoy a new adventure. I was turning 50, two of my three kids were out of the house. It was time for some change and some risks. And then number three, to make it possible to enjoy a cottage, to own a cottage now. And this came from sort of a personal family illness and tragedy that showed us, my wife and I, that you can't put this stuff off. You can't wait until some magical day in the future where you'll be retired and have all the time in the world to enjoy a cottage like on Golden Pond. It doesn't happen. Or at least you can't bank on it happening. So that was my why. Step two was the strategy. So looking at a side hustle from where I was in life, I thought, hey, why not take advantage of owning a house that has an upper and lower level? I have kitchens upstairs and downstairs. I can completely renovate it. I can sort of downsize. I can actually downsize without selling. I can live upstairs. I can then take that basement and I can renovate it into a separate income generation asset. And then number two, once I've done that, I can take that income and I can qualify to buy a cottage. And then I can take that cottage and I can enjoy it. And I can also use it as an income generating asset. So that was my strategy, to take advantage of what I could bring to the table, which was I have an asset, not generating income, that I can rededicate and then take that and leverage it up to get a second place that I can enjoy, so I can own the cottage, but also create another income stream. All of it to help achieve the goals, to help me achieve my why. Step three, the plan. Once you have your why, once you have a strategy, you have to make it into a plan. And so this was my high-level plan, which I broke down into basically 6 steps with a 7th step that would happen after I've implemented the plan. First step, renovate the basement and create the legal apartment. Step 2, rent the apartment. Get the new long-term rental passive income stream up and active. Then when that's done, number 3, use the additional income from that rental property, go back to the bank, qualify so I can afford a cottage. And then once that's done, step 4, get out there. Find a cottage, buy a cottage. Step 5, renovate that cottage, assuming it needs work. And then step 6, enjoy the cottage and also rent it out. So now we have the second property. We have new short-term rental income. And then number 7, consolidate and weather the storm. Now that I've leveraged up, I've taken some risks. Hey, life never ends. We have inflation, we have interest rates, we have property issues that come up. Step 7 is where I am now, but that's not where I started. I had to get through step 1 through 6. But before I could execute the plan, I had to have a plan. And you really can't not do this step. It's so easy to jump into a problem, into a project without a plan and just get going. But hey, if you have a plan, you can know that you are just moving forward as it takes time. And if you forget, this was back in the summer of 2019. Something was about to happen that was probably going to make it a little bit more difficult to execute the plan. But that was something I wouldn't experience for a few months down the road. So that was the plan. And again, the plan was defined as how do I execute a plan that is built off my strategy that helps me achieve my goals. So that was how I broke it into step 1, step 2, step 3 to launch a side hustle at age 50. So next time in episode 3, I'll start to walk you through the process. This is me renovating, but this is actually well down the road. Before I could do this, I had to go to the bank. I had to deal with the city to get the permits, to get the approval, the application. It was quite a obstacle. But obstacles are the way forward. That's what makes you better. And that's why these sorts of side hustles aren't really in the end just about achieving your goals, but it's about who you can become on the other side. But that's something that you'll have to tune in next time to see in the episode that follow. I hope this is helpful. I hope that you launch your own side hustle.